the Singaporean players involved in tonight's match that the morale of the Lions players involved in the Sailors were still high, especially in the way especially how Shawal Anuar performed in the first half with his clever movement, with his brain switch on for much of the first half, being able to outrun their KL's back 5 or back 3 with his timing and his precision, and that caused a lot of problems in action, especially on both flanks. Well, this is Garrico here from Sahaja reporting from Jalan Besar Stadium after Lion City Sailors prevailed in a 2-0 home win over Malaysian side Kuala Lumpur City earlier tonight in the ASEAN Club Championship Shopee Cup Group B match encounter. And having interviewed Nizam earlier and gotten his view of point from why KL City lost tonight, I actually personally could empathize, because I admit the Sailors were superior in every department, particularly in their midfield duo of Rui Perez and Song Wee Yong, and also the front three of Bert Ramsala, Maxime Lestienne and Shawal Anuar. So they were effective in their pressing and they were clever in their movement. So it was really unfortunate that KL City had to lose, but Sailors did eventually prevail and they dominated the game pretty well. And tactically, Sailors got it spot on with their 5-2-3 defensive formation, and which transformed into a 3-4-3, which I will admit it was actually helped that KL City were missing 2 key midfielders. The defensive midfield linchpin Brandon Gunn was effective in linking up with Paulo Jose and another foreign attacking midfielder. Their absence was keenly felt in the way in how KL City approached the game. It also didn't help that the visitors struggled on the artificial Jalan Besar turf. And where the tactics for Sailors were concerned, Izwan Mahmud did not have much to do for much of the game. Granting a rare blooper that was fortunately erased due to offside by Kenny Pilaraj, but in the second half. But the centre-back three of the first goal scorer Bailey Wright of Australia, who was the captain of the evening, left centre-back Tony Dakovic, and also the right centre-back Lionel Tan, who was fresh, was one of the Singapore players involved in the recent ASEAN Championship where the Lions reached the semi-finals. It is clearly evident that in Singapore's case, the Singaporean players involved in tonight's match, that the morale of the Lions players involved in the Sailors were still high, especially in the way especially how Shawal Anuar performed in the first half with his clever movement, with his brain switch on for much of the first half, being able to outrun their KL's back 5 or back 3 with his timing and his precision, and that caused a lot of problems in action, especially on both flanks. And where their midfield is concerned, Rui Perez and Song Wee Yong were almost unmatched. They were able to overrun the KL City midfield that sort of almost there on us. Yeah. So in a way, it is quite unfortunate that KL City actually lost. So for Sailors, it was actually a good win to start the new year, especially more than 1 month out of action in this. For the pause for the ASEAN Championship. So yeah, I think with the interview, with the insights from Nizam and a brief summary of how Sailors fielded tactically, it was a thorough victory, well deserved by the home side, and a good start to the new year for the Lion City Sailors. For KL City, who's endured their first defeat of the Shopee Cup, I hope this is a platform for them to continue to push on, especially in the season where they have struggled for consistency this season. And this is Garrico signing off for Sahaja.